This woman, wearing high heels, clocked in at the company. When she reached the door of her office, she found it already open. Looking around nervously, she pushed the door open carefully and turned on the light. As she walked over to check her computer, she noticed a water cup mark on the desk. Just then, a colleague passed by the door. She glanced outside, and suddenly, the phone rang, making her jump. After a conversation on the phone, she took some documents and went to her boss's office. When she came back, she sneaked into her own office, closed the curtains quietly, and made no sound. She took a document from the desk drawer and put it into her briefcase. Then she opened the curtains to check what was going on outside. After making sure there was no one around, she left the office. In the office corridor, she deliberately avoided the surveillance cameras. She went to the photocopier and carefully started copying the document that was in her briefcase. Even if someone passed by her, she would quickly hide, making others around her more nervous than she seemed. When she finished copying, she was startled by a male colleague. She thought he had discovered something, but the male colleague just took a sip of water and walked away. While waiting for the elevator, she heard people talking about her behind her back. She was very anxious at that moment and even thought the elevator was moving too slowly. Unexpectedly, she had pressed the button for the ground floor and the elevator stopped on the second floor. When she stretched her head out to look, a dark figure flashed by, making her shiver with fear. Later, she realized she was just too nervous, and it was just another colleague who also wanted to take the elevator. The atmosphere in the elevator was extremely oppressive. The woman observed every move of her colleague and pulled her bag closer to her body. After the colleague got out of the elevator, she finally let out a sigh of relief. Just as she was about to swipe her card to leave the building, she saw the male colleague she had encountered earlier chatting with the security guard. The male colleague even pointed in her direction, which scared her so much that she quickly hid aside. After the male colleague left, she walked out calmly. At this moment, the security guard called out to her. The woman turned around, pretending to be calm. It turned out that the security guard just wanted to remind her that her work ID card had fallen to the ground. After a series of tense and thrilling actions, she finally met the person she was supposed to deal with. It turned out that all these strange actions were just because the woman wanted to get a haircut for her bangs and she didn't want her colleagues to know about it. The so-called document was just an advertisement picture of a hairstyle, so comment on whether you could have guessed what the woman was thinking.